Hello and welcome to Books and Beyond. I'm Jimmy Bennett, your host, and I guess you can see from the setup and our garb that we're going to do a special show today. We'll get to that in a moment. First, I just want to wish everybody a happy holidays. I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy. I am an author. Usually my show, Books and Beyond, I just try to help people personify their aspirations. Today we're going to try to, instead of feed your head, we're going to just feed you, period. I am an author. I do have a new book out this season called A Castle Christmas. I'm very proud of the book. I hope you can find a copy. They're up at McQuade's in Mystic or on Amazon. Also want to give a quick shout out. Usually I do, this time of year, I'll do a Christmas party for the CAPA organization, Connecticut Authors and Publishers Association. But since the Chinese takeout is still running rampant among us, we are not having in-person meetings yet. So we'll have to hold off to that till next year, I guess. Let's hope things settle down a little bit. All right, so anyways, I want to get right to the show because we got a lot to do here. This is my guest today is Bryan Yemma, Chef Bryan Yemma. Bryan is my boss at McQuade's Market. He's the head of culinary there. And he's here today. We're going to show you how to do a couple simple dishes and a few salads. It's nice things for the holidays, but these, of course, this food's good for any time of the year. But Bryan, how long have you been at McQuade's? How long have you been at this?
Well, I've been cooking since I was probably a young kid. My father loved to cook, and ever since that, I just always had a passion for cooking. As far as McQuade's, I've been with McQuade's for almost 13 years now, and I can't say how fortunate I am to have a job like this. You know, McQuade's is very family-oriented, and they noticed something in me since I started there. I started in the Galley restaurant in the Mystic location, and I slowly worked my way all the way to being the head of culinary. It's a passion of mine that I've been wanting to do my whole life, and to land your dream job is not something that everyone can say that they can do. And like I said, I'm just so fortunate that I love going to work every single day. McQuade's is something that you can constantly create new recipes and work with great people. I would never have had the pleasure of meeting you if I didn't have this, if I didn't have this job. And just, I can't say enough good things about McQuade's. Michael McQuade, the owner, is an absolutely wonderful guy, and there's not many people that I can say that probably work harder than me and you.
Yep.
But Michael McQuade, he's in there 7 days a week, and it's not every day you see an owner of a company that is still on the grind every single day and has that much care and passion for not only his employees, his business, and just everything. And who can say they love their job and love going to work every day? I'm
going to tell you, I can attest to it because I've just been there almost 2 years now. I have no plan on going. This is it till they take me out feet first. I love it. It is like Bryan says. It's great. You get to make a lot of different dishes. You get to try different things, work with good people, but you don't have a lot of the drama of the restaurant business, which is a wonderful thing.
That's one thing I do not miss, working until 11 o'clock at night every weekend.
Yep.
Your schedule's flexible. Like I said, they're family oriented, so they care about your family.
Actually eat Thanksgiving dinner.
And they work with you.
We do put out a lot of food, and it's, people seem to really enjoy it. Well, people do really enjoy it. So we're happy to be here. So anyways, let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to do what I call Portuguese Christmas clams. This dish is good with mussels too, but for the holiday season. So anyways, I'm going to put a pinch of garlic in there, probably about a tablespoon. About 2 ounces of heavy cream. About 3 ounces of white wine. Those are little neck clams. And we're going to cut a little chorizo. How do you say that? Chorizo?
Chorizo.
Chorizo?
That's how I've always said it.
Yeah. Well, I've heard it many different ways, but. Now, I cut the chorizo a little thicker because it is fully cooked, and you don't want, if you cut it too small, after it simmers in the sauce a little bit, it'll get really tough. This will keep it nice and juicy, and the juice from the thing will come out. And a little heat, and then just a little chopped scallions and red peppers. Give it that Christmas color.
Beautiful.
All right, now we're just going to let that sit and simmer, and while that's going, Bryan is going to show you how to make a pizza pasta salad.
So pizza pasta salad's probably one of my favorite salads we do at McQuade's. Again, this is great for holidays, but this is good year-round. So for this pizza pasta salad, I have most of the ingredients all prepped here, but what we're going to start with is we're going to start with our bow tie pasta. I do 1 pound of bow tie, cook it to a nice al dente. You're going to be dressing it, so after it sits in the dressing, if it's overcooked, it will get a little soft on you.
Al dente means to the bite, so you want it to be kind of firm, cooked, but you want it firm.
Then we have some nice fresh plum tomatoes. This really, really makes this dish. A nice fresh tomato gives you everything you need. We're going to do our pepperoni and our mozzarella cheese. I use a deli pepperoni and a deli mozzarella, and I cut it about 1/4 inch thick. We're going to add that right in here as well.
So if you go to a deli to ask for this, ask them to cut it a little thicker for you instead of the usual
At least
thin
1/4
slices,
inch
right?
thick.
About 1/4 inch?
1/4 inch thick, yes, is what you'd like to ask for. I do a can of sliced black olives. A lot of people don't like olives, so if you don't want to put the olives in there, you don't have to do that. But it gives a nice color to the salad as well. And then you do 1 small red onion and a nice small dice on that. Gonna add that in there. And for your final ingredients, you're gonna have your 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Dump that in. And then the dressing. The dressing we use is red wine vinegar, extra virgin olive oil. It's about 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar to 1 cup of olive oil. We put in a tablespoon of oregano. We put in a little basil and salt and pepper.
Frank, can you put the ingredients up?
And to finish the salad off, before I even toss it, I just like to take a little of this fresh basil that I brought.
All right.
Nothing better than topping a pizza with some fresh basil. Give that just a little rough chop. And you throw that in there. Toss it.
Man, that basil smells good.
Oh my God. And you end up with not only a delicious salad, but an absolutely beautiful salad with all these colors in it. It's great for any party, great in the summertime. I mean, absolutely great for anything. And like I said, this is probably my favorite salad that we do at McQuade's. And that's the finished product right there. I suggest you let it sit for about an hour in the refrigerator before you serve it. Just let everything suck up that dressing, and it really, really just turns into being just absolutely delicious. You could top it with a little bit more Parmesan cheese if you choose, but I mean, that's it right there.
And like Bryan says, I mean, it is, you can eat that for a meal if you want, but it's also a really great side, and it's a great addition to any buffet and display you have.
All right.
Of course, knuckleheads, we forgot the forks, but all right, we'll get some later.
We'll eat it when we're done.
Yeah.
Got a couple pounds there.
Yeah.
It's not going to go to waste.
Yep. Can you put the directions up, Frank? All right, we're going to put the directions up here for a little bit. That way, if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can go to YouTube and watch this video, you can pause it, and then you can read it slowly. But so there it is. It's up. All right, Frank, that's good. Thank you. Okay, now, like everybody says, not only do you eat, food you taste, whatever, but you eat with your eyes. And one kind of a nice thing to do, it's very simple, but to dress up your plates, your buffet, your Thanksgiving dinners, your Christmas dinners, any of that, just impress your friends, is to do a little garnish with vegetables. Now, I have a small platter here, very simple. We're just going to keep it very simple. Now, to do like the red pepper flour, you take a red pepper like this. Now, I've already made some cuts through the magic of television, but you basically just take your knife, and you want to use a sharp paring knife, and you make a cut like that, and you go all the way around the pepper, making cuts, so you're going to have leaves, and then boom, pull it apart, and there you have a flour. For leeks and scallions, if you lay them on their side and you make slits in them like that, then you can have a nice little flour display like that. And you can use any type of vegetable, like peppers, any different color, any different style or whatever. And the great thing about these things too, especially these pepper flours I like, now this one I cut a little differently. I'll show you, just straight up and down. All right, so then it also makes sort of a small bowl. Now you could fill that with your favorite dip or anything like that, or salad or something, makes a nice little display. And to make it really open up, you want to put it in ice water. And if you leave it in your refrigerator in ice water overnight, everything will fan out. As you can see, like this pepper, right? That's originally, this is the one I just cut, but then this is the one that soaked overnight.
That's some gorgeous stuff.
And I'm going to do one more thing, because Brian's been on me about this. This is just a simple tomato rose. So you start at the bottom of the tomato, and you make a half cut to the bottom, but you don't cut all the way through, and then you follow it. And you just go under the skin, slowly.
I've been asking you for a long time to teach me this one.
It's a very simple thing, and you can, of course, move your knife different directions if you want to have different types of like texture to it or whatever. You just want to be careful you don't go through the skin like I almost did a couple times. All right. And then once it's laid like that, all you do is roll the skin. Like so. And there you have a little rose. Simple, but people do love it, and it just makes your food, if you make your food look that much better, people are going to enjoy it so much more, as you know.
Oh, yeah. I always tell people you can always continue to learn things, and since Jimmy started working with me, I've learned so much from you.
I've learned a lot from you, and it's true.
Just little things,
Yeah.
I always try to watch and observe what people do, because you can never know too much, and like I said, just little things like that. That tomato rose, I never knew that, and I've been bugging him to show me for months now. And
people, it is true. People, I've learned things. I thought, I've been in the business for many, many, many years, you know, but still every day I come in, somebody shows something, I go, oh my God, I didn't know that's so
Why
much
haven't
easier.
I done it like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why have I been doing it the hard way for 40 years?
Exactly.
But that's the great thing about working with a diverse group of people. You know, you get many different ways and things going. So
And we got a diverse group in our commissary, that's for sure.
we do.
Probably
Yep.
from all walks of life, from all over the country, from all over the world.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So, you know.
And we're actually, I really got to thank Bryan because, I mean, he's really under the gun right now. This is a big week coming up on Christmas. But
Second busiest week next to
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
When we've fed about almost 4,000 people Thanksgiving,
people.
full Thanksgiving dinners.
Honestly, it's hard to believe, but we prepped, cooked, and packaged almost 3 tons of food. Probably over 3 tons.
Probably
of
over
food.
3 tons, yeah.
And that was just the Thanksgiving stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Then there was all
All
the
the
rest of the stuff
special
in the stores
orders
and stuff. So,
And when we're talking full Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
we're talking full Thanksgiving meals,
Yeah.
the works.
Yep.
You know, down to the cranberry sauce, the
Yes,
gravy, the
right, yep.
5 sides.
Yep.
And I wouldn't have been able to do it without you this year.
Well,
so.
I don't know. You get by anyways. You always have. Okay, you know what? This I'm going to turn that down because that is actually ready. So let's do your broccoli salad.
All right.
Ooh.
I can smell that from over
Yeah,
here. It's
that's
starting
not
to smell
bad.
good.
Not bad.
All right, so the broccoli salad is actually a salad that I brought into McQuade's Marketplace, and it just happens to be the #1 selling salad that we do now out of our deli case. Not my favorite.
Yeah.
But I did introduce it to McQuade's, and it is, it's definitely the best selling. And this salad actually is great for the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, we incorporate some dried cranberries into it, craisins, which just, is a nice touch, especially around this time of year. So I start with about 2 heads of broccoli crowns is what I use. And I just cut them into bite-sized pieces. You don't want to be, chewing on anything too big. Dump that into about a medium size to a large mixing bowl. I love my bacon, so you don't need to use as much as I would use, but I take a pound of bacon. I cook a pound of bacon off for this recipe. Set it to the side, let it cool. When it's all cooled, I do a nice rough chop on it, and I add that right into it. We're also going to have 1 small red onion for this dish as well. Now for this, I cut it in half. I peel it, cut it in half, then I cut it in half again, and then I do a thin julienne on it. So you're not having huge pieces of onions, but they're pretty good size. Nice and thin. Then we're going to take our slithered almonds. You can do without these if anyone has a nut allergen in your family. You could use sunflower seeds, or you could do something else if you chose. But I like the almonds, so I'll put about 3/4 of a cup, half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of almonds in there.
I think the almonds are a nice touch because it gives it that crunch.
Yeah.
It gives you that texture.
You love the texture difference, and then with again, you get that texture with the craisins that you add in there. You get the crunch, you get the chew, and then again about 3/4 of a cup of craisins as well. Then for our dressing, which the recipe will be on in a little bit, but for our dressing we're putting in honey, sugar, mayonnaise, and white vinegar. You're going to take that, you're going to dump that right over the broccoli salad. And then you're going to toss that to incorporate that dressing evenly over the whole salad here. This is another salad that you should definitely let sit for probably even a couple hours for this one, 1 to 2 hours in your fridge. And when you're done, I actually have to make this for my Christmas party that I'm doing this year at my family's house. See, on my days off, I get to cook for another 20 people on Christmas. So That's the name of the game
Yep.
when you're a chef.
Yep.
You don't really get days off. But again, when you love what you do, it's never a problem. So your finished product's going to kind of look something along those lines. Nice color. You got your craisins, you got those chunks of bacon in there, which, I mean, who doesn't like bacon? The almonds, the onion, and just some bite-sized broccoli. And it's that simple. And let me tell you, people just give you nothing but positive feedback for this salad.
I have to admit, I was never a big, I have never been a big fan of raw broccoli, but this stuff with the dressing and the
Yep.
and the slight bitterness of the broccoli, whatever, but then you get the craisins, the tang of the onion, you got the crunch of the almonds and the taste. It's just.
And I don't know if I
It
said, but
works.
there's honey in the dressing as well.
Yeah, yep.
And that just,
And that
you know,
little sweetness really, really, really makes it nice.
so if we wanted to put up the,
Yeah, you want to put up the ingredients, Frank? Oh, good. All right. And then the directions one time, Frank.
all those clams have started to open up now.
Oh, yeah. They're there. Okay, Frank. All right, now our clams are ready. So I'm going to just pour them out in this bowl here. Now you can see the clams have opened up. They're coming right out of the shell, so it's not a hard thing to eat them. You have the chorizo. It's nice and cooked, and then you got a nice little broth. The heavy cream and the wine makes a nice little sauce, which is good for sopping up with some bread or
And it smells
something like that.
incredible.
And
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I wish. I'm sorry you can't smell it through the TV, but it really does smell good. So that's good. So we got all that put together. And so what else we got? What else is coming up?
So after Christmas, I mean, we do all the Christmas, and I'd say the next big event for us at McQuade's is St. Patrick's Day. We do our own corned beef there, our own signature corned beef. So we're talking, we bring in pallets of brisket. Almost 80 cases of brisket, which we hand trim, we brine them ourselves, and we corn them ourselves essentially.
Yep.
And we sell our own old smokehouse corned beefs.
Yep.
And again, that's just something that just every year is just getting a little busier and a little busier.
Right.
Unfortunately, this year they might cost a little bit more than they've ever cost with
Well,
prices
the shipping
going
and
up.
everything else, it's,
but you know, and we've even been messed around with doing some St. Patrick's Day dinners too, like we do the Christmas dinners and the Thanksgiving dinners. You know.
Yep.
Get your cabbage, your potatoes, your carrots with our own.
Oh, do a family style.
Do a little family style thing.
Well,
so,
that'll work.
and you know, so that's probably next busy time for us. So
Yep.
I hope you're ready.
I know. Yeah. Well, I'll keep moving here. You know.
Right when you think you get a break, there's something else.
So we'll go over this real quick, just in like a little review.
Yep.
This is a Portuguese Christmas clams, Portuguese style Christmas clams. Remember that chorizo. I didn't have ingredients for this, so it's clams, chorizo, heavy cream, little white wine, garlic, scallions, red peppers, and I did throw a couple leaves of basil in there. I snuck it when people weren't looking.
Yep.
Because it's always a nice touch. As far as the garnish goes, like I said, you can do this at home. It's easy. And the thing is, you just because you do a tomato rose like that, you don't throw out this tomato. It's good in sauces. You can chop it up and throw it in a salad.
Add it to
and
your
things
pizza
like that.
pasta salad.
Yeah, right. And same with your pepper ends and stuff like that. You can use everything. That's the important thing. Is not you don't want to waste anything. You want to just use it. Even these scallions and stuff like that. When your display's over, make a soup.
Oh yeah.
Chop it up. Throw it all in your soup. Your leeks, your scallions, your peppers, whatever. You make a nice one.
One thing we learn as chefs: never throw anything
Right,
away.
never throw anything away.
Always
right.
use it up.
Yep. Now we have the broccoli salad,
Yep.
which is, like I said, it's just a wonderful salad. I really would urge you to try this at home. It's simple, but it is just so delicious.
It really is.
It is. And the pizza pasta salad, once again, is also a great dish. It's a great side, but you can eat it for a meal in the summertime, and you could, I suppose, if you wanted, you could add all kinds of stuff to it. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
You throw in Genoa, and
sky's the
salami
limit.
and,
Exactly. You could
provolone or whatever.
You call it an antipasta salad.
Right,
You could throw
yeah.
provolone cheese. You could do all your Italian
Right.
cold cuts, Genoa, capicola,
Right.
ham if you wanted
And
to.
the same thing, pepperoncinis
Oh,
and
of course,
banana
roasted red
pepper rings.
peppers.
Yeah,
Just-
anything like
I
that.
mean,
So,
the options are endless.
you can make that yours. The other thing is, the only other thing I would tell you too is one thing I think people make mistakes at home with, is you got to have a good tool. You have to have the right tools. You can't use a dull knife. Even like for doing garnish and stuff like this, I think I picked this knife up for somewhere between $50 or $20. But she's got a long, thin blade. It's sharp. It's got a nice point, so you can really get in there and, work it. And a good chef knife. Everybody's got to have one good
least
chef knife in
one
your
good
house.
one.
One
Yep.
good one in your house. That's just the way it goes. If you really want to cook well. So anyways, you can go on YouTube and get these recipes. You can, we're always around. You know where to find us.
Come visit us at McQuade's.
Yep.
Ask for Brian or
Yeah.
Jim.
Yep. And enjoy yourself. So that was our show today. I want to thank you guys very, very much. And look, a couple things I want to ask you to do for me, okay? It's the holiday season. Of course, everybody be kind to each other. But remember, it's COVID's still running rampant. It's kind of tough, shipping problems, stuff like that. But remember, there's a lot of small businesses around here, and there's a lot of unique and great businesses, family-owned businesses, stuff like that. You got to support these people, and you won't have to worry whether or not Amazon's going to get it there in time or it's going to be shipped. And you're doing yourself a favor by spending money in your own town, okay? Because that helps. Also, which I go on and on about sometimes, is watch small. Okay, you can flip on Netflix, sure, watch a good movie, watch the shows, watch a series, something like that. But public television has a lot of things on there that will affect you. You're not going to find stuff like this, stuff that you can do at home and find locally, all right? This is where you find it, on local television. And that's where you find there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of people. I want you people to go out there and personify your aspirations. But have a safe, happy, and healthy new year. And be kind, be good. Take care. Brian, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.